Hello Gearslutz, I'm Chris. I'm here with SE Electronics on the SE Rupert Neve booth here at lovely NAMM 2019. We have drum mics this year. These are based on our still fairly new V-Series, which have been very widely adopted on stages all over the world, snare drums, vocals, all that kind of stuff. The V7, V7X for instruments, V7 MC1 is the wireless one. That's on stage with Justin Timberlake and Cardi B and Common and Kenny Chesney and all sorts of people. Everyone was asking us for drum mics, so we made drum mics using a very similar capsule to that's in the V7, the V7X. That capsule is now inside this, which is the V-Beat for snares and toms, and a variation of it is in this, which is the V-Kick, obviously for kick or bass drum. Same capsule as in the V7X. So basically V7X and V-Beat, exact same capsule, exact same circuitry, but this form factor specifically designed for drums. This is the V-Clamp sitting on top of it right here, or rather on the bottom. You can see right there, and I'm sure you'll film this in B-roll in a minute anyways, but there's a parallel stand adapter and XLR connector. What that means is when it's on the side of a drum right here, the cables are totally out of the way. There are no cables in sight lines. The profile of the whole thing is kept to a complete and utter minimum. And unless you're talking about a very, very tiny little clip-on mic, you're talking about a real tom mic, a real snare drum mic, this is the smallest footprint on the market. There's nothing else smaller than this that sounds like this. Cables are kept out of the way, line of sights are kept open. It's a super cardioid capsule, so it has a very focused sound. Proximity effect, it can be used to your advantage with these, so you can really, it's hard to do this with one hand, but I would show you that there's vertical movement with the V-Clamp, there's lateral movement like this, and there's angular adjustment, so you can really tune the proximity effect to the amount of low end that you want out of your toms. Likewise, with the V-Kick, also super cardioid, but this capsule is tuned more to capture low frequency content and impact. The V-Kick, on the back of it, and again, I'm sure you'll show this zoomed in a minute, has two switches on the back with 4 voicings available. So on the left, classic and modern, this is the overall voicing of the whole thing. On the right, classic and modern, this is for the high frequency and transient character of the kick drum. So essentially, this will give you any kick drum mic sound you want in one mic. All the switches are accessible from the rear side while this is folded and placed through the hole in the inside of the kick drum. You have a small screwdriver, you can get in there and you can still change the sound. So if you have really quick changeover time between sets, between drummers at a festival or something, and you need to go from a more rounded, warm, classic, vintage kick drum sound, or to a very, very modern, bouncing basketball, metal kick drum sound, you can do that without changing your mic. V-Clamp and V-Beat are available for purchase separately from one another because the V-Clamp can be used with any drum mic, or just about any drum mic. The V-Beat can be used with just about any drum hardware, but when they are paired together, that is when they are at their best, providing all of the various axes of movement that I showed you earlier. They're all going to be shipping in just a couple of weeks. The V-Kick is $199. The V-Beat is $159, and the V-Clamp is $39. We are very, very excited to have these out on the market. We've got a lot of videos and sound samples of all the various settings on our website already. There's going to be more coming soon. And the one thing I forgot to mention is that since these are super cardioid, the off-axis rejection is very extreme, but also very, very natural with them. So with this on your snare, the hi-hat will be kept out of your snare. With these on your rack toms, keep the ride out, keep the snare out. They often sound like they already have gates on them. The separation is really, really good, and that's one of the biggest selling points of these microphones. So anyways, that's enough rambling for me for now. You can go to seelectronics.com to learn more, watch videos, hear sounds, and these are coming soon to a stage near you. Thank you, Gearslutz.